Okay, and we are live.
Yay.
Good morning and welcome to the Wallet to Wealth Female Entrepreneur Series interview series. In support of Halton Women's Place, From Wallet to Wealth is a brand created to speak to women to help mentor, educate, and inspire women to living and leading empowered lives. In 2020, we did 6 live events and then the big Wallet to Wealth Speaker Gala, where we raised $32,000, over $32,000 for Halton Women's Place, and gave out $6,000 in prizes. So we will be doing that again this year, obviously virtually. And tomorrow night, we roll out our first in the 2021 workshop series. So thank you. I think we've got over 60 people signed up. So it's going to be great. We're going to do breakout rooms. And Darlene Goudry Butts, who is the owner of the Clarity Project, will work with us together to create your own power introduction, learn how to stand out in a crowded marketplace. So I think that we need this today more than anything. So join our squad. We're all about success and breaking barriers. We look for the ceiling and we break through it. Not only do we help women win, we shine a spotlight every Monday on a female entrepreneur to help her own her future. And speaking of a woman who owns her own future, here is a popular woman, sorry, many of you, most of us know her. She is so giving and so hardworking, and this is Kimberley Bertrand. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
I'm so grateful to have you here. I just wanted, just before we get into it, I just want to share that I met you. I can't remember distinctly when I first met you, but it was through Wallet to Wealth. And what I found about you was that you were quiet and you were professional and you were consistent and you were always there and you were always willing to help people, and your professional, like just everything that you do with your thank you cards and your advertising and how you put yourself, like, I mean, you are a role model. So people who are watching, this is a woman that you want to see how she does it. And not only does she run a business, she actually works full time. So so we're going to get into that. So what recently we've been discussing intergenerational trauma and societal messages. We all seem to have a message from the past that brings us to who we are today. Did you want to share a little bit about your experience with this?
Yeah, for sure. So thank you so much for having me. I'm super grateful to be here, first of all. Really for me, I think there's a couple messages. And one of the big ones, which has really driven me, is career. In order to be successful, you have to have a job. And so, I wouldn't say I knew anything different because both my parents worked a regular, well, not regular. My dad was a police officer. My mom worked for the police. So, shift workers, but they worked a job like the majority of the population did, 20, 30 years ago. Never was it thought about to do something on your own. Right. And so I was never really exposed to any of that. And therefore, how I grew up, or my thought was, you must work, right? You must work to be successful. You must work to add value or to bring value to the table. And those things they kind of go hand in hand. And then as you kind of go through life, then it was like, oh, I need to work harder. And so I've always had 2 or 3 jobs. Even when I had a really, really good job and I didn't need 2 or 3 jobs, I was still, teaching at a career college and doing all these different things because I always had to bring value or add value. And that was my belief in that's how I do that.
Yeah. That's me. And that's one of the things that I saw about you is like, oh my gosh, this girl works. Like, so it sounds like a bit of the societal message that you received was around becoming a human doing instead of a human being.
Yeah.
And that is a message that many of us receive.
Yeah.
It gets downloaded to us and we don't realize it. And so we're working and working and working. At some point we're like, holy smokes.
Yeah.
And the thing is too, we raise our children like that, you know?
Mm,
I'm guilty of
yeah,
this.
same.
Sometimes, yeah, and
14, you
sometimes
need to
it
get a job.
bothers me. Yeah, it bothers me because we weren't taught, you know? This is the thing, and so now we've got these changes happening where we are learning as adults, we're learning, and then, you know, I think our children are teaching us too.
Yeah,
So that's fabulous. So there's, adversity in that where, you know, when we're I hate to use the word overworking, but we're working long hours, and we're deriving our self-esteem from our work. Okay, I'm guilty of this too, and so tell us, how that how that adversity has brought you to some advantage today.
yeah. So, you touched on a couple of things there, Whitney, in that, we're human doing, and I am very much human doing, always doing. And up into, recently, just in the last 5 months, realized that I have this massive attachment to being busy.
Yeah.
It If I'm busy, then I'm successful. And so I'm currently unlearning that and recognizing that no, it's okay to just being and experiencing and enjoying, right? So with that mentality of, we must work, we, 2, 3 jobs, this is how we bring value, it's created force in my life. And so everything that I do is I have to, I have to, I have to. I need to, I need to, I need to. Like I need to do this. I need to do that. And so, I was very fortunate in last year in July, I hired a high performance coach. And one of the things that she said to me in our very first session is, you need to go back and listen to this because there is no joy in anything that you're telling me. You have to go to the gym. You have to go to work. You have to take your kids here. It was just, it was very forceful.
Yeah.
Now, with a lot of practice, practicing every single day, working with my coach, I'm recognizing that no, I get to do this. I get to go to work in a time where so many people have either lost their job or can't interact with other people. They're at home. I actually get to go to work and socialize with people and really, enjoy it. So now it's not I have to, it's I get to. And, when we talk about kids, my daughter at 14 years old, she has a talent and she loves eyelashes. She was getting her own eyelashes. She does research and YouTube and everything. And she said, and I, said to her, why don't you start your own business? That's something that would have never come out 25 years ago. And now she has her own business. She went and got trained. She's fantastic. Like she's 15 now. She has customers, but she still and she's learned some life lessons, which is really, really important. And so for her, it's like the first thing she said to me when I said, why don't you start your own business? We'll put a salon in the basement. We'll do all this kind of stuff. Do you know what she said to me? Does that mean I don't have to work at Fortino's? Because I don't want to work. I want to do my own thing.
Yeah. Love
Right.
it.
But meanwhile, I was like, to my other, I was like, no, you have to work. So, there's this constant like shift, right? And I allow her to do her thing, but not something that would have again come, 25 years ago. So yeah, so lots of shifting and changing and working with, I get to do these things, opening up myself, detaching from being busy, and actually finding enjoyment in everything that I do.
I love it. I absolutely love it. So it's like you've come this full circle. And you know, many people don't come to this. And we've got a lot of I can't follow them all, but there's a lot of comments popping up on Facebook. So
Oh, is there?
yeah. So, I mean, yeah, I think what your message is so incredibly strong and important because you're realizing this. And then so I'm going to get to the next question, but just before I get to that, it's like what you were talking about, things being in the flow is allowing these things to just come in instead of us because I'm the same as you, or I was,
Yeah.
it still can fall back to that, trying to force things through. So for example, just wallet to wealth, when I decided, 2 years ago, I was going to start this fundraiser. Well, I didn't know anything about this stuff, but I just, I had the seed inside of me and the heart to do it. And I was, going to push this through. And then, somewhere along the line, I had to let it go and just say, just allow. And holy smokes, like what happened with it? And you know what, too? I never knew that there was a group on Facebook. I had no idea. I didn't know people networked on Facebook or in Facebook. I had no idea. I thought I was the first one. So hilarious. I mean, I can tell you honestly, it was organic because I didn't copy anyone because I didn't know. And then when I came out, I realized holy crap, there's a lot of competition. Anyways, tell us about the business that you've built. So you've got your career, which is awesome, and I love it. Hearing every once in a while when I see you, you'll pop in, you'll tell me about your work, your career, and then you also have your business that you run too.
Yeah, so I started with Neora about 3 years ago, just over 3 years actually. And it's a global anti-aging skincare and wellness company. And, when I started working with the people in the organization and the people who are my mentors now, um, it was very much about, I'm just going to get my free product. I don't really care about too much else. And then I watched and I saw how much fun people were having. And I was like, oh, I can actually do more with this. And I can, actually make money. And I can, have a team, and I can do all these different things. And so I've always wanted my own business. I mean, for years I talked to my husband, oh, we're going to open a cafe, we're going to open a business place. I almost bought a cafe in Waterdown about 3 years ago. So, like I always have this spirit and this idea to do something. And thank God I didn't, given the current state, because I get to run my business anywhere I want, any way I like. And I get to grow it. I get to pull back if I want to. Like it's very open, and really it's up to me what I want. And so 3 years ago when I started, it was just about something very small. But as I continue to grow and evolve and change careers, I had a different career a couple of years ago, and in a career where I'm not flying all over the country and doing all these different things. Now I'm open to growing even more. And as I became open and flowing, things just started flowing to me. Like all of a sudden, it's like, oh, look what happens when you just relax and let it happen. And it's happening. So it's really exciting because now I'm in a place where I can help other people succeed. And I always say that's what I like to do in my workplace. And I absolutely want to carry that over into my business.
I love it. And so you've got so I have a key to success when I talk to people about running businesses and becoming successful. And
Mhm.
the key is, everybody remember this, it's called sustainability.
Mhm.
If you want to be in business and continue to be in business, one is we all need to provide a service that is sustainable. And so what's really interesting is that you have a sustainable product. And also too, you came to me a bit, a busy woman who, everyone's trying to sell you stuff. And I remember this conversation about some face creams where I'm like, yeah, I just spent all that money on face cream when I was in Los Cabos. Like, I'm not going to need anything for a while. And yet somehow, and I just spent $10,000 on face cream, and I'm not even a face cream
I
person.
remember.
I
Yeah.
don't I don't even care. I do math for a living, right? So do you know what I mean? I don't think about what I look like, but I got sold. And but then somehow in our conversation, I thought, well, I'm going to try your product. And so I did. And so I love the fact that I can send you a message and your product shows up very, very fast. So it's
Mhm.
delivered right away. It's a natural product, so I'm not putting chemicals on my face. I love your face soap. It's crazy good. I don't want to steal this from you. I'm going to let you explain it, but I just want to say as a customer, I'm one of your customers. I
Mhm.
feel like you care about me. You've sent me like little notes and stuff, which I don't even know how you have time to do that. And I really appreciate it because actually I know I've got stuff on my kitchen counter that you've sent mean, I don't throw them out. So, so you've got a sustainable business. So not only can you help the end, the consumer, you
Mhm.
can also help other ladies who want to have their own business and deliver a sustainable, reusable. It's what you want. I mean, once you get a woman on a face soap and a cream and your vitamin C, I mean, oh my God, it's amazing. So so I'm gonna shut up. And so yeah, so tell me, so you can tell a little bit about the products and also what's next for you in your business and your life.
Yeah. So like I said earlier, Neora is an anti-aging, holistic anti-aging skincare and wellness company. And over the last 3 years that I've been in the business, we have grown and now work in different verticals. So it started out, the first year, the organization, they only had one product and it was the night cream. And there was $100 million in sales just in the US. So one product, one country, that's it. And then over the course of the last several years, it's grown and expanded. We now operate in 13 countries. We now have more products. So to your point, it is clean products. And it's all holistic. And it's backed by science. So one of our major partners is Signum Biosciences out of Princeton University. So you know that you're getting quality ingredients that actually work. So that's a big piece. We also introduced recently a hair care line, a professional hair care line, which you can actually, start a whole new company with. So that's super successful. And just last month, we launched a weight management system. And
Wow.
so all the results are starting to come in now. So getting really, really good results on that. Um, so, I think customer service it's at the forefront for me. I grew up working in customer service. I was the director of customer service in a couple different companies. And so, I do like to focus on the customer. What I love about Neora is the operating model in that there's no pressure that what you decide to do is really up to you. If you just have a customer base, you have the opportunity to make money and bonuses. There is not a rule that says you must have a team. And thankfully, because I didn't have a team for quite a while, because it wasn't what I was focused on, right? And so I was still able to be successful with what I was able to do, and that can be very welcoming for people because people are intimidated. They're intimidated to put themselves out there, right? They don't want to do, I mean, I see, people all the time in our business who do a Facebook Live and they're terrified, it just doesn't come naturally. And that's okay. So, you work your way up to those different types of things. Um, our products all have a 30-day money back guarantee, which, you can be certain they work because, we don't want to get them back, but I've people don't generally have to utilize that, but it just shows, that we trust in the products and that that they really do work. And I mean, overall, it's just a great operating model. To your point, when you talk about sustainability, I remember when I was young and my mom would have Tupperware parties and tops and trends parties and all the different things. I thought to myself, when I was joining Neora and I'd never done anything like this before, it's like, and I think now, how many Tupperware containers do people actually need?
Yes.
Right? Like once you have a set and they have a lifetime warranty, you don't have to keep buying. You know what I mean? With skincare and wellness, it's something that is consistent. It's something that we use every day, that we continue to focus on. We all want to look our best, and so it is sustainable in that way.
It's fabulous. And I think too, like you're such a good leader. Like so for women that want to, like you say, whether it's a side hustle or whether it's I mean, for me, if it were me, of course I'd have to build it big because I don't know how to do anything else. So I mean, if I were doing it, I would teach lots of females to get in and to do this because all of us are
Mhm.
using a product on our face. Like I don't know when I stopped using the hand soap stuff on my face. And I can say like when I feel my skin, it feels just so awesome. And you know, I don't think I have a great face or anything like that, but and you did help me to the new one, the cream one, which the wrinkles around my eyes. I'm 56, and I know all these girls are getting fillers and stuff like that, and I'm like out to lunch. I don't even know what they are. So I mean, look, I don't even have any eyebrows. That's what I have. People ask me if I pluck my eyebrows. I'm like, yeah, no. No, I get some mascara on and that's it. But the whole thing about the face is it's just the skin is unbelievable. But so aside from your product, I think that you're a fabulous leader. And I think that people should, and I know that one of our friends in the group signed up with you who has a career. She told me,
Yeah.
and I love her. I mean, I guess I can say her name, right? So, because she's probably watching, but Joanne Fluke, when we went out for dinner back in between lockdowns, I
Mhm.
just couldn't believe how awesome her skin looked. And you know, she told me that she was using your products, and I had just started to use them. So I was just really happy to be able. And I've known Joanne for, I don't know, like close to 25 years. So I know her skin and I know her face, and it
Yeah.
was that much of a difference. So I think that's awesome. So it sounds like some people will, you know, be coming to you to implement this into their life, whether it's to use the products themselves. I mean, who wants to go to the store and buy stuff? And we are being spoken to quite a bit about stop putting the chemicals. My daughter graduated from Princeton University, by the way. She has her postdoc in chemistry, and she told me a few years ago, she goes, Mom, what you are putting on your face, you are drinking into your body.
Yep.
So she drinks collagen. She told me that, you know, 4 years ago. She goes, if you I wasn't using collagen, but anyway, she goes, if you want to use it, if you want collagen, she goes, you drink it. You don't put it on your face. But she
Yep.
said, you watch whatever you're putting on your skin, because it's the largest organ, and you're poisoning yourself. And so that's why I was so thrilled to meet you, because now I don't have to worry about my face wash. I can get it in my eyes. I can, you know, do all that stuff. So
Mhm.
okay, so this is fabulous. So I'm just going to give you the last message here, if anything that you'd like to say.
Well, first of all, thank you and thank you for this group. I mean, when you talk about Joanne, I met her through this group, right? So you may not know, or you may not necessarily see it, but there's a lot of people who connect because of you and because of what you've created. So, you know, kudos to you. You know, the next thing when we talk about kind of what's next, you know, life is all about growing and evolving, and it's definitely a journey. And I'm so pleased that I'm at this pivot point now that takes work every day and it takes practice every day, but to really understand my why, to really bring value in a number of different ways, not just a career. And I think anybody can do it. Is really just getting out of your own way, because the only person blocking you is yourself. Really.
That's so true. That's so true. What
Yeah.
a great message today. We had a lot of people following, a lot of hearts went up on there. So I'd say about a million of them. So anyways, yeah, so I almost don't want to close off, because it's just you're just such a positive energy, and I just want to let you know how you've impacted me, because you've reminded me to use that vocabulary of I get to. You're so right, because there's moments where I have stress where I'm like, ugh, I've got to do this and I've got to do that, and the thing is that I get to do these things. And you're right. You get to go to work. I get to go to work. We get to help people, and you and I are the same. We're all, and I think a lot of the ladies in the group, we're all just our careers are all about helping others.
Mhm.
And you're right, in the Wallet to Wealth, I love the fact that so many of us have actually become friends, and
Yeah.
we are doing business together, but nobody started with bombing ads. And very once in a while we get an ad just dropped in, and it's we all know each other, and that's the whole thing about business and life is to create intimacy between two people where we really get to know each other. So and I'm just really happy that I get to buy my product from you. I know you, and I also am your neighbor, and we never knew that. So
No, I know. That's so funny.
it's so cool. So well, thank you so much. And anybody that's looking for a new business to do. Again, like if it was me, I'd build this one big because I could. It is a sustainable product. And I've 35 years in business, and I know that the road to success is selling something that is superior
Mhm.
and that it is needed and you need to keep ordering. It's a reusable, it's a need. Sorry. And it's customer service, and that's what makes us feel good. And I seriously don't know anybody who gives better customer service than you. So um, you've got my vote. So thank you very much, everybody, for joining. And we'll see you next Monday at 10 o'clock with our speaker. And you can see that one on Facebook. We'll post her soon.
Bye.
Bye bye.